Let's continue down this controversial idea that there's a stereotype that Russians are amoral, but let's do it with some frameworks. Hi, my name's Laura. I'm an American living in Russia, and I create content where I examine the deep differences between Russia and America, especially on a cultural level. Unfortunately, because of the type of content I do, which is unusual because I'm not painting anyone to be a villain or try to draw sides, there are some people who don't understand my content because they think that if I observe something that is perceived as a negative, that I am attacking one side or another. I want to start showing this as a framework to show you what I'm trying to show you, the positives and negatives of both sides, and leave the conclusions up to you. In this topic, I have been talking about there is a stereotype that Russians are amoral. It is not the largest stereotype about Russians that belongs to bears, balalaika, and vodka. This is a more subtle one. I want to show you, instead of saying there's a generalization that occurs, I want to demonstrate with an actual story. Today's story is about my ex-husband's mother. She was a religious refugee that came to the United States at the end of the Soviet Union. She was a Pentecostal and a devout Christian. Some of my very first Russian lessons were reading the English Bible and the Russian Bible and comparing the two. But this is also a woman who would never ever call the police if her life depended on it. In America, there is a connection between being overly religious and loving the military and the police of America. It's very difficult to explain how inseparable they are in American mentality. However, that doesn't exist on the Russian side, or especially in the Soviet side. Just like my previous examples, she felt that it was her obligation to take care of her family, and she didn't feel a need to follow the authority and the laws that the government gave her. That did not make her amoral in her mind, because she was one of the most moral people that I even met. Now, the pros of this is that she was a very good person. The bad side is that she did things that we would consider illegal or immoral in America. On the flip side, the American love of the authority and the military almost seems like it's cult-like. But the positive side is that it keeps things in order. What is my opinion of what's better? I'm only presenting my observations of the differences. What I love more than anything? Great conversations. It is what my entire business is all about. I have private clients, which we practice speaking English through great conversations where we touch on the most interesting of topics. If you want to be a part of it, come leave a comment. Share your experiences and your observations. Or if you really want to get into it, come to my Telegram club that's full of resources and access to me, where I expose the way that we in America think that you can speak like a native speaker. Be part of the conversation, but if you think I'm attacking you or if you want to attack me, keep scrolling.